Boys and girls, we are back again for another Truman Lake Fishing Intel Expert Roundtable. Here it's early June. It's warming up, but we cannot get away from the dang rain. Man, we're getting wet like crazy, but it's not stopping fishing. Still catching fish. The challenge is the lake is up high. And we're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to be touching on all the species on Truman Lake, what the bite's been like, what you got to be looking for when the lake is 10 feet high. It's finally crested and slowly starting to come down, so hopefully we'll get back to normal here soon. But we're going to get into all that tonight. Full video is going to be available at TrumanLakeFishingIntel.com exclusively to our premium members. The full 1 hour video packed with information, so be sure to head on over there and become a member. I want to start off with the same message that we start off with every time. A big thank you to Nini's Italian Steakhouse and Catering for providing dinner for us tonight. They're conveniently located in Warsaw, Missouri, so when you're visiting on the weekends, be sure to stop on in. If you are a member of the website, you do get a free appetizer. They're still offering that to members of Truman Lake Fishing Intel. You just pull up your account on your phone, show it to them, and boom, you're good to go. They also do a ton of catering as well, and they can travel far and wide for that. So you can you can give them a call for that, and they'll get you taken care of. I also want to say a big thanks to Anglersport Marine as well, located right between Warsaw and Clinton, Missouri. They've got your Phoenix boats, your Camus boats, your low boats. They've got pretty much whatever kind of boat you're looking for. They've got it. They can custom order it for you. They take really good care of you from start to finish. Service department is highly rated on their speed and getting you back on the water as quickly as possible. So be sure to check them out. They got quite a bit of boats on the lot, and if they don't have something that you're looking for, they can sit down with you and they can literally just custom each feature on your boat, paint and color, everything. So be sure to check them out. Now, with that said, let's get into talking some fishing with these experts, and I do want to introduce them all because we've got a great crew tonight. Here on my far right, Chet Douthit, who guides here on Truman Lake and is an 8-time Bassmaster Classic competitor. And was it second or third on one of them? Yeah, freaking, and I can't remember the story, but it was, you almost had it, right? Yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah.
2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Yep.
I've had the winning fish on twice.
Yep.
Just couldn't get him in the boat.
Yep. So we're really excited to have Chet here. He's got great stories from Truman Lake, and I'm so excited to talk to him about bass fishing. Of course, we got our regular Richard Bowling's Guide Service, the crappie king of Truman Lake.
Boom.
And
Sound good.
yeah, and he's going to be filling us in. Spoiler alert, it's Richard. So we'll get to hear from him. And we got Jim Cuda here right next to me. Jim's been a contributor to the website since the very beginning. He focuses on hybrids and white bass. He'll do crappie trips during the wintertime, Hybrid Mania guide service, and we're really excited to have him on. This is his first time being here at the guide dinner, and they are hammering them this year. It started off really, really good.
Really good this year.
So we're going to get into that with him. And he's just got so much experience on Truman Lake. So if you are interested in learning more about how to target those hybrids, this is a video you will want to be able to watch the whole thing on. And then on my left, Dillon Stocking from Get Outdoors Guide Service. He is, been on the T-bow, and he's got some good information about that.
Everywhere.
Stay away from the T-bow is the short story there. But we're going to hear more about that in a bit. And then Kyler Beckmann from Kyler's Guide Service. Most recent Angler of the Year in the American Crappie Trail from 2021. So he's just an incredible crappie fisherman as well. We've got a great cast tonight, and we're going to get into it. So I want to start off talking about crappie because crappie is, Truman Lake's a crappie lake. That's what folks really want to hear about. The lake's up high, and it's creating some challenging conditions. Richard, tell me about, some of the things that have been, it's been tough recently. So tell me, what you've had to do to adjust, what you're seeing out there in the water.
My adjustment is turn my live scope on and cover water. If you don't have a live scope or what I call a Humminbird 360, you're not going to catch fish. I don't care if you're spider rigging, dipping trees. I'm going to say 99% of the fish that I'm catching, whether I was on the Osage, I've been on T-bow, but not for a little bit. is in wide open water.
Mm-hmm.
So without that live scope, or a 360 is good too, and I don't have that on this boat, but you just got to cover water. The water's been rising every day. There's been more coming in and going out, and finally they caught the water, and now it's on the downhill swing. Now what's going to happen is you got the current coming, and it's going to pile in fish in on the trees where they've not been yet. And today on the Grand, I had a father-son out for a birthday gift, and we caught probably half on trees and half off of trees. And I haven't been seeing many fish on the Grand in the timber, so it's fixing to get really good when they get that water really moving and dropping. Dropping water in June is very good. It pulls all that bait fish to the trees. And when you got the tree, I'm going to use this bottle, Jim.
Correct.
That's the current coming this way. And, the old timers back in the day thought you caught your fish behind the current. You put your jig, and the current's coming this way, you put it right here. You're going to catch that fish in the front of that tree in the current, not behind it. You'll catch a few behind it, but most of them's going to be up in the upper end of that tree. Now you can prove it with a live scope. You can do it with a 360. So they're really going to pile into the trees, fence rows on this main lake stuff, and it's going to be very good.
So with the current cranking, I mean, are they going to be wanting to look for points that have the channel running around it and that current, or it does it?
It don't have to be. I will get on the flats and get in them tree rows where you got a big hedge row or just a fence row. It can be a hedge, a cedar, a hardwood. It don't matter. They're going to be on the upper end of that tree, and they're going to. Sometimes you'll catch 8 or 10. I've caught up to 32 fish off of one tree, big crappie off of one tree in the current in June. They come off the spawn. You get all that little bitty fry, which we're seeing on our live scopes now. And I'm seeing them around them trees. When you start seeing them little, the fry going around them trees, that's when it's getting good. And I'm just starting to see that. So, upper end of the trees and cover water.
Yeah. Now, today, did you see them getting up in the trees? Because I know a few days ago you were talking about you damn near had to be fishing on the bottom.
Yeah, that's when the water was coming in still.
Yeah.
It was like 68,000 coming in and 30,000 going out, so we're still on the rise. So them fish are out cruising. But whenever they catch that water on the rise and start dropping it, they feel that, and they go to that structure, and that's when it's fixing to be game on. And today, yes, we caught probably 50% of our fish on trees, and have not been doing that.
I'd say about 2 more days of it
Yep.
falling like it is.
And this time of year too, with the water, we're up about 12 feet is my guess. So there's a lot of green bushes yet in the water. There's still fish up by them. You get about another foot or 2 off of them where they're not in play. It's going to pull every one of the fish out on the flats for us to catch. Yeah.